Hi boys and girls, we are in my backyard this evening. It's Tuesday. I know tomorrow, or maybe you're watching this in the morning and it's Wednesday morning before our class meeting at 10, but I wanted to hop on really quick, and I'm gonna go really quick because I don't know how long my battery is going to last on my camera. So, I wanted to show you what you got as far as seeds. So you all got a pumpkin seed, but I only ordered, the bag only came with exactly 20, so I don't have any. But I might have some in my basement. But what I do have left over are these crazy sunflowers. I think I said wildflowers, and that was incorrect. These are sunflowers, crazy mixture. So they're all sunflower seeds, but you just don't know like what kind of sunflower you're going to get. And so I have the same materials as you. I have a Jiffy pot, and I have my seed starter mixture. So this soil was specifically designed to do seed starts. If you wanted to save some of your sunflower seeds to plant in the ground, that's fine, but you won't be able to plant those seeds until at least last frost, so like early to mid-May, maybe sooner because it's been such a springy spring. But you can definitely don't have to plant all of them. In fact, I probably gave you more than you need for this little tiny Jiffy pot. If you have another pot at home, go for it, more soil, whatever. If you do plant them in the ground now, they probably won't do anything because it's too cold. So here we go. So I'm going to put my gardening gloves on, and I'm going to open my soil. I have never had a soil bag with a resealable seal, which was kind of cool. So I already have a scooper in here. So I'm actually gonna move the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got my soil here, and I'm going to pour this in. If you have extra, just save it, maybe, or just put it back outside, or I don't know, throw it away. I do recommend doing this outside because this this soil is pretty dusty. So don't pack it down. I'm not packing it like if you were baking and you needed packed brown sugar in a recipe. So you're just gonna kind of let it sit there. And so then I'm going to take my seeds, and I'm going to put them in my hand first. Putting in sunflower seeds in the ground is a little bit different than other seeds. So you want to sow at a depth, it says, of 1/2 inch under topsoil. So I know that the first, let's see, it's kind of hard to see. I always use my finger. So I know that I have like creases on my finger from where I bend it. And so between the first and the second crease is about, for my finger, is about 1 inch. You can use a measuring tape or a ruler, or use your parents' finger or your sibling's finger. But usually you can see on your finger those creases, and the distance between my first and second crease is about 1 inch. So I need to do 1/2 of 1 inch. So I need to do 1/2 of that. So not very deep. I'm actually gonna do 2 methods because I know we want to like test out our scientific methods, because science is fun, and I do science all the time, and so do you. You just might not know it. So I'm gonna do this a couple different ways because I want to test it. So I'm gonna take my seeds, and if I drop one, that's okay, a bird will get it. I'm gonna take this one right here. It's kind of like striped, and I'm just going to put it, let's see, I'm gonna put 2 in here. So I'm gonna put this one over here, and instead of digging a hole, what I'm actually gonna do is just push it down. So I'm just gonna push it down until I can't really see it anymore, and just kind of use some soil to cover it up. I'm gonna do that a second time. See if I can zoom in. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so I'll do this backwards. Okay, I'm gonna take the other one, I'm gonna put it right there. I'm just gonna push it down until I can't see it, cover it up, And then what I'm actually going to do is take a second Jiffy pot and fill it with soil. Get my gloves out of here for now because I needed my seeds. Oh, I'm gonna put my glove back on for my scooper. I'll zoom back out again. This time, I'm not going to push them down. What I'm actually going to do is just sit them on the top, as I kind of want to see what they do. Because science is fun. So here we go. I'm just going to put it right on top, right on top, right on top, and 3 is good. Okay, so my other ones I'm just gonna hold on to. Again, like, I'm going to save these to plant them after last frost. And I will also let you know when it is after last frost, because that's when I spend a lot of time out here. So, I've got pot number 1 has no seeds on top. I push them down. Pot number 2 has some little seeds on top. I don't know if you can see that, but there are 3 just sitting on top. And I'm going to water them the same. I'm going to put them in a location where they get the same amount of sunlight, same amount of room temperature. They will be kept inside. I'm just outside because I really wanted to be, because it was sunny for the first time. Not the first time, but it was sunny and warm, and it hasn't been for a while. So these will go in my house. I will, there is a hole in the bottom. And so when you water it, oh, speaking of watering, we have to water. When I water, I'm going to water the soil until I have water coming through the bottom. So you'll be able to see the water coming through the bottom. And then I'll just kind of pause and let it sink down. It takes a minute. It will get heavier. I do recommend either doing that. Oh, you can see drops coming out. I do recommend doing this either outside, or if you do it inside, do it over the sink. There's a pretty big hole in the bottom. So I think that's all I'm going to do right now because my seeds are right on top. However, I won't water them again until the soil is dry to the touch, about a ½ inch down. With bigger plants, you would probably want to go a full inch down, but because it's just seeds, you probably just need to make sure it's, and I mean like dry, very dry, and then water it again until water comes out the bottom. You probably will need to water it once a week, but I will let you know. I don't really know. I love plants. I love indoor plants. I don't do a lot of seed starters, so this is kind of new for me too. So I'm gonna water my other one, getting it all in there. Just pour, and then once I feel it start to get heavy, I'm gonna stop, and there comes the water at the bottom. And that one actually had a lot more water in it. So I'm going to label them. I'm going to remember. I'm going to label them. This one is the one where I push the seeds down, and this one has the seeds on top. I know that because I can see the seeds on top right now, but I'm going to label them on the sides. I just did not bring my Sharpie out here. So happy gardening, and I will see you tomorrow or later today, depending on when you're watching this. Keep growing and learning.